Hi, Sandra here from Create in Spain, and today I thought I'd share with you a little Christmas decoration. Very simple, very quick to do, but quite effective nonetheless. We have a lovely little Christmas tree here, and I will show you how to make it. It's, as I said, very simple to do. The base here has just got a piece of modelling clay to secure the tree. And this is just a cutout which is glued together on one side to act as a decorative base. Now, if you're going to do it for a display, I would use something like maybe foil card or a pretty patterned card for this, or even cover the shape in washi tape or something like that. But this is just for demonstration purposes. Now, I've got some pieces cut out here. Now, the file that I will link to gives you 7 different sizes of this pattern that I designed. The hole in here is designed at this size to fit a standard cocktail stick. If you decide to make the design a lot larger, then check the file size, check the size of the hole, and if necessary ungroup it and make the size bigger or smaller depending on what you need to do. But these have all been cut out of various things, a very lightweight paper in this particular case, and this one, the white one, was cut out of a slightly heavier paper. Now, the reason these have got little splodges on is because I actually did some heat embossing on them. I just dabbed some glycerin over the edges of the fronds, dipped it in white embossing powder and heat set it, and it works quite well. But a word of warning, don't do what I did, which is actually put it all together and then try and dip it, because unfortunately what I forgot is that the embossing powder will stick to whatever it happens to be adjacent to, and I had to separate them all afterwards. So if you're going to do it before you put them together. So it's a really simple process. This particular cocktail stick, I just use an alcohol marker on to make it the same colour more or less as what I'm going to thread on it. However, if you want to make these for cake decorations, don't use your alcohol markers, use food colouring to colour the stick, and that way you'll be able to stick it in the top of a cake and it'll still be food safe. Again, if you're going to use it for the top of a cake, don't use embossing powders, use an edible glitter and an edible glue to do the snowflakes or whatever on top. So you start off just threading them on from the base. So this isn't going to take you very long at all. How you space them out is entirely up to you. So I've worked out roughly 7 for this size is probably enough, but if you want more, then by all means use more. And I'm just going to alternate the colours because I think that would be fun. And one of these, but I want a smaller one, I think. So this one will go on next. And one of the smaller, actually I think I'll go for this one, if I can pick it up. There we go. These might be a little loose where I've taken them off the cocktail stick and put them back on. And finally I'm going to go for a lighter one. There we go. Now obviously you can twist these around to your heart's desire. But what you do is you turn it upside down and you very bravely kind of crush it in the palm of your hand. And that gives you a bit more of a realistic look. And if you want to separate them, rather than use your fingers, just use a brush to separate the fronds out, because it's easier. I found that to be the case anyway. Either a brush or just a small tool of whatever variety. And so then you have your finished tree pretty much, and all you need to do is to take a piece of modelling clay, or it could be a piece of icing or something like that. If you want to put it on top of a cake, you could put it directly into the cake, or you can put it into a lump of icing, put the cover over the top and just press it in. And there you have your Christmas tree. So, not bad. I forgot to mention that if you want to make these larger, and particularly if you want to make them with young children, what you can do, instead of having a cocktail stick, which is obviously unsuitable for young children to be using, you could use a green drinking straw if you've made this large enough. And you just need to increase the size of the hole, obviously, for the drinking straw to go through. But you could make them much, much larger with stiffer paper and thread them onto a drinking straw, and then you can have much larger table decorations. Now the plus side of this, actually I'll leave that one alone. Plus side of this, if you do it in white, take all of these off of here, because there isn't any glue involved, so you know I can take them off. Just broke one, mind you, taking it off the stick. I'm just going to ease these up. There we go. You can also make them into three-dimensional snowflakes by putting them one on top of the other and sticking them down, which I'm not going to bother doing at this particular moment, but you can get the idea. There we go, and you could put a little gem in the centre as well. So there we go, a dual use file. I will link the file below. Thanks very much for watching.